Hello, tabletop sports fans. This is Tenacious Earl with another game here in the 2015 version of the Tenacious Diamond Kings. This is season 1, and the point of this is to try and get a team to basically win 6 games in a row, defend a King of the Hill 5 times in a row. So Baltimore has defended twice, so their this will be their 4th game. They've won obviously 3 in a row because of that. They're on their 4th starting pitcher, which will be Ubaldo Jimenez. They're going to face the Marlins. So the Marlins are next on the list. If I go to this screen here, you can see how our order of play is for the time being. You can see the column, the 4th column over. It says times. That's the number of times the King of the Hill has won. And in this case, the Orioles are heading into this game having won 3 times, which means they've defended twice. So they've got to win 3 more games in order to be crowned the Diamond King for the 2015 season. Of course, it's going to be a tall order because they've got to face. They're taking their weakest 2 pitchers here in this game, and then if they win this one, the following game, and going up against the ace of whatever team they have to go against. So things are still pretty tenuous for them, but they are a pretty good team, so we'll see if they continue. I'm kind of banking on them not, but also let me see if I can do something about this. I'm not sure I can. So you see a little glare here. So I've purchased a new mat for my tabletop, so it looks a little different. Looks hopefully a little nicer than it did before. The wood that it is made out of is not the prettiest stuff in the world at this point in its life. It had a previous owner, this particular bench, and it got its money's worth. So anyway, so I've pretty much gone on and on here for a bit. Let's get to the game. Be the Marlins in Baltimore facing the Orioles. We're using basic Stratomatic and facing Ubaldo Jimenez. So I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to try it without my box. Although, in theory, I could do it with my box. Maybe I will. Tell you what, I've been changing things up here, but I'm not going to change that at the moment. So let's get it out here. I think I have room to put it right there, and it won't get too much in the way. So, a bit bright. I have to do this, I guess. Let's try. Let's see what happens when this happens. Oh. Still kind of bright. I guess the black makes it brighter. So give me a moment while I tweak some settings here. Huh. I got the sharpness fine. I need some adjustment for this brightness. What do we got here? Anything? Well, let's take to the next level. That's too deep. Okay. So, let's try this. Maybe this will help. No. Well, I don't know what to... I don't know how to adjust this. It looks kind of bright to me. I'm going to have to just go with it, I think. I think the more that I have shadows, the better, but... Alright, well, we're going to have to go with it. So, I may have to do some more tweaking here as far as my settings on my camera and such, because it looks a little dark, but I'm not going to worry about it today. So for the Marlins, I meant to get right back into it here, and it just the best laid plans. It'll be D. Gordon leading off at second base, then Martin Prado third base. A lot of these guys we've seen because the Tenacious Baseball League had the Marlins and the Orioles both in it, the 2016 season. So he said Prado at third base, and then Giancarlo Stanton will be the DH since we're playing in... It's funny, adding the box hurt. Bohr at first, Justin Bohr at first, Marcell Ozuna center field, Christian Yelich left, JT Realmuto catching, Adeiny Hechavarria shortstop, and Ichiro in right. Just very bright, and I think it's the backdrop probably has something to do with it, but it's really nice to play on. Let's see. Try a couple of other little things here. For some reason, this brightness control doesn't really do much for me. All right, well, I said I was not going to let it bother me, but it's bothering me a little bit. So, anyway, let's go. D. Gordon going to lead off. So 2-6 is a liner to second. That's going to be the first out. Prado, 4-8. 1 would be a single. It's a 3. That's a liner to the second baseman. Another liner to second. 2 outs. You can see that when I put my hand here, things get really wonky looking. So there's like way too much. Oh, man. There's way too much going on here. Give me a second. I'm going to go default. Okay. Why does it look so... That looks a little better. 2 outs. Stanton. 6-11. A ground ball to Ubaldo. He's a 4. And an 18 for the pitcher. And let me get my chart out here. And it's going to be an out. No runs, no hits. So somehow I sorted that out just with one click of the switch. So okay, so Baltimore, pretty much the same lineup. They're going to use Paredes in for Delman Young. Weren't too impressed with his output there. So here we go with Machado. So it'll be Machado third, Parra in right, Jones in center, Davis at first, Wieters catching, Pierce left, Paredes DHing, Scope second base, and Hardy shortstop facing Tom Kohler. And Manny 6'4" as a fly ball in the left field, caught by Yelich. 1-9 for Parra. Is it going to be a fly out to center? And a 3-8 is a single. First hit of the game for either team. Single for Adam Jones. Brings up Chris Davis, the hero of the last game, but that's going to be a strikeout to retire the side. If you haven't seen the other one, then it's too late because I just spoiled it for you. Chris Davis with the, I believe it was in the 12th inning, home run to end it. Walk-off job. So here's Bohr in the top of the second. No score. 4-3, a grounder to first. Davis is a 2 rated first baseman. 2 and 10 is going to be an error. So Chris Davis can't field it cleanly, and it will be Bohr at first with nobody else. Ozuna, 5-11, a grounder to first base. Only play will be at first. We'll say 3-1. Ubaldo comes over to cover the bag. That's 1 out. Bohr to second. Yelich, a 6-6. Well, that's going to be a run scored for the Marlins. 6-6. 1-3 triple. Single otherwise. And that'll be an RBI single for Christian Yelich. 1-0 Miami. Realmuto. So let's see. Yelich, and so Wieters is a 2. So you subtract 3 from 13. 1-10. They're not going to send him as of yet. So here's Realmuto. 5-5, a strikeout. And with 2 outs, they're going to, and Hechavarria coming up, they're going to try and get Yelich to second, having him steal. It's a 1-10 chance for him. Hey, and he is able to get in there safely. So now with 2 outs, it'll be Hechavarria with a runner in scoring position. 1-10. That's a ground ball right back to Jimenez, and only 1 run comes in as Jimenez limits the damage. Okay, bottom of the second, 1-0 Miami. It's going to be Matt Wieters. That's a strikeout. Steve Pierce. 4-4, fly ball to center field. Ozuna is a 2 rated center fielder. 2-16 is considered an out. So with 2 gone, the Paredes. 5-9, 1-16, a home run. Paredes gets a hold of this one, and it's gone. Ties it up. 1 swing of the bat. Manager brings in Paredes for this game for Delman Young, and he delivers a big solo shot to tie it up here in the second inning. Now Scope. 3-10, grounder to third base, and Prado makes the play. 1-1 is your score now. Going to the third. Miami looking to unseat the Orioles. Orioles looking to win their 4th game, defend 3 a 3rd time here, and it'll be Suzuki to start. Can you see that? Oh, not because of the logo. It's a 1. 1-7. That's a grounder to first base. So Davis makes the play himself. Back to the top of the lineup. D. Gordon lined out his first time up. 5-5, he strikes out. And now Prado. 4-6 will be trouble. 2 out hit. Will it be a double? It's 1-6, and it's a 5. So a double for Prado. Runner in scoring position for Giancarlo Stanton. Big guy can do some hurt. 6-8. That is a walk. First and second, 2 outs. Going to bring up Bohr. 3-5 strikes him out. And that will be it for the top of the third. They get 2 runners on, but can't bring them home. So Hardy, bottom of the order for the Orioles here in the bottom of the third. And a 4-6 is a walk. Not a stolen base threat. It's going to be Machado. 3-2, a fly ball into right field, caught by Stanton. Suzuki. Thought it looked like Stanton. Not really. Suzuki and Stanton very different in stature, so no advancement for Hardy. 1 out. That's a 2-4. Ground ball B, so that means and it's to first base. It'll be a 3-6 fielder's choice. And now Adam Jones. Hi, Jerry. Par at first. They're going to go ahead and let Jones swing away here. 3-10. That's a grounder to short. Just have him go to first with it. Side retired. Going to the 4th inning, it is 1-1. So it'll be Ozuna, Yelich, and Realmuto. 3-10, a grounder to shortstop for Ozuna. Christian Yelich. 4-5, a strikeout. Now JT Realmuto. Grounder to second base. So 1-2-3 inning for Ubaldo. 3.5. It's Chris Davis now at the plate. 2-12. Fly ball to right field plus an injury. So here is our first injury. We will. Now let me see. Where is my? Didn't I write down injury somewhere? Oh. Is it in here? No. Can't remember where I wrote it down. Oh man, did I put it in this? Oh yeah, here. Maybe this is it. Aha! So this is it. I'm going to do a quick 6-sided die roll. 1 or 2 stays in the game. 3 out for the rest of the game. 4 plus 1. 5 plus 2. 6 plus 3. And obviously all injuries are null and void once a team has been eliminated from this particular round. So Davis, he's going to stay in the game. He's okay. So 1 out. 3-5 for Wieters. That's a single. Brings up Steve Pearce. 170 strikes out. Hello, Tom. Thomas Lawrence. Nice to see you in the chat. 5-9. That's another potential homer for Paredes. He already went once on this 5-9. Can he get another 1-16? It's gone. 2-run homer. 3 runs batted in for the big guy. And it is 3-1 Baltimore. Paredes with 10 home runs in 2015, but he gets 2 of them in this game. So far, now Scope. 6-4, fly ball left field. That will end the inning. 2 more runs for the Orioles. They're on fire here, and the Marlins going to the 5th, down by a couple. Anyone home? Guess you're talking chat. I don't know. Jerry was here before. Hechavarria leading it off here, 3-9. Well, that will be a good result for the Marlins. A good way to start this inning off. 1-10 double. 8. So there you go. A leadoff double for Hechavarria. It's going to bring up Suzuki. The small baller in me wouldn't mind trying to move this guy along by bunting with Suzuki, but I think it's you're costing yourself an out. So let's go here with Suzuki. 6-6, and it's a good thing that I didn't, because that is a good roll for the Marlins. 1-3 triple, 4-20 single, and we'll score a run. It's a 7. That's a single for Ichiro. In comes Hechavarria, 3-2. And we go back to the top of the order with Ichiro at first. B. Steeler. Have yet to get D. Gordon on base. He's double A. He's going to be their best chance here to get a stolen base. So, here's Gordon. 2-8. And that's a pop up to first. So he's 0 for 3 at the top of the lineup today. Brings up Prado. Runner at first. 1 away. 4-5. That's a strikeout. Prado 1 for 3. And now Stanton with Ichiro at first. And not going to take the bat out of his hand by trying to get Ichiro to second on a steal. 1-6. That one is bashed, and it is gone. That's a 2-run homer for Giancarlo Stanton. 4-3. Marlins on top. I was going to say the 1 column is the problem column for Ubaldo, and just made him pay. You got a 6, you got a 7, and you got a 9 there. That 9 has got a half one, and you got a 10 with a home run. There's a lot of home runs in that column, and Stanton just made him pay. 2-run homer, 4-3 now, and it'll be Bohr with nobody on. 1-4 grounded to second base. Retires the side, but they get 3 runs. RBI for Suzuki and a couple of them for Stanton. All right, bottom of the 5th. And this is where it's going to be tough in this series. It's tough to get a pitcher through, get one of these 4 pitchers, number 4, number 5. So it's going to be Hardy to lead off. 1-8, he strikes out. And so they're going to have to get through all 5 of their pitchers against aces. So here's Machado, 1 away. 1-7, that could have been a good column 1, but it's going to be it will be a single unless it's 1-13, and it's a 10. So double for Machado, brings up Parra. 2-3 with 1 out. That's a liner caught by Gordon. 2 outs, Adam Jones. 3-4 grounder to shortstop. They would not be holding Manny with 2 outs, so right. Okay. On to the 6th. It'll be Ozuna leading off here for the Marlins against Jimenez. Got to start thinking about a relief pitcher, but they've used a lot here lately. The Orioles have. 4-9 strikes him out. Would like to try and get Ubaldo through this inning if possible. 3-6, that's a strikeout. Coming on strong, strikes out Yelich after striking out Ozuna, and here's Real Muto. There's the 5-9. That's a strikeout. So he strikes out the side. That's 5-9's on the other card, on Kohler's card. All right, 4-3 still. And the Orioles will now have to start getting some bullpen action because that's kind of late in the game for Ubaldo. Throwing a lot of pitches here. So I got to look at where things stand with the Orioles because I don't like using two guys. I don't like having a guy use 3 days in a row, so I have to see if anybody. So Rowe and Brock, neither of them were used here, so we're going to bring up Chaz Rowe for the 7th. But first, we're going to have Kohler facing Chris Davis, who looked like he was battling an injury there for a bit, but he has shaken it off. 6-3, that's a fly ball to right field. Right fielder is Suzuki. He's a 1. 1-17 is going to be an out. That's 1 away. Wieters. 5-9 for Wieters, another 5-9 roll. And that's going to be a home run if it's 1-16. And it's tied up. That 5-9 is unescapable, it seems like, for Kohler. Here's Pierce. 1-5 is a walk. So now Kohler running into some trouble. Marlins will get up Mike Dunn. Actually, let's actually get Barraclaw up. Okay, so Paredes, he's been a fan of the 5-9 roll here. 2-7, grounded to shortstop. That will get them out of the inning. That's a 6-4-3. But they tie it up. We've had an extra inning game in the previous outing. And we're through 6, and it's tied at 4. Okay, so Chaz Rowe. 6 innings for Jimenez. Rowe will be facing Hechavarria, Suzuki, and Gordon at the top of the order there. So Hechavarria. 5-10 is a strikeout. So a good start for Rowe. Here is Suzuki. 4-6, a 1-8 single. That's a 13. That will be a liner to third. Ichiro 1 for 3. And now D. Gordon. Nobody on and 2 outs. 6-7. That's a strikeout. 0 for 4 from the top of the order from him. So the 7th inning stretch. And Kohler is going to be removed from the game. They're going to bring in Barraclaw. So 6 innings for Kohler. 3 home runs and 2 singles and a double, so 6. And Barraclaw will face Scope to start. Grounded to third. That'll be Prado. He's a 2. And a 17. That'll be an out. One away. J.J. Hardy. 5-10. That's a grounder to second base. That'll be Gordon. He's a 1. 116 is an out. And with 2 gone, Manny Machado. 4-8. That's a walk. See, Real Muto's a 3, so you subtract 2. So it's a 1-13. They're going to send Machado here. And he is effective at stealing that base, which gives Parra a chance to score him from second. On a single, that's a 2-7. That's a grounder to third base. And that will finish it here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. Going to the 8th. Let's see, who have they been using here? Let's see, Rowe had a quick inning. We're going to give him a does he have a 2? He's 2 rated on the backside of this, so we're going to give him a second inning here in the 8th. Bear Claw does not, so Miami will warm up Brad Hand. So here's Prado facing Rowe. 5-11, a grounder to short. That'll be Hardy. He's a 2. 2-12 is going to be out. Comes up Stanton. 1 for 2 with a homer. 2 runs batted in, 2-9 strikes out. And Justin Bour. 5-7. That's going to be a walk. Brings up Marcell Ozuna. 1-8. That's a single. Although that was leaning, we're going to call it that. A lot of times, that's a single. Bour is not a good runner. He's going to hang there. And the Orioles are going to call in Brad Brock now. Now that there's been a little bit of trouble, they're going to have him face Yelich. So 2 outs, runners at first and second. Brock comes in to face Yelich here in the top of the 8th. 4-4. Bour at second, Ozuna at first, and here is Christian Yelich. 5-7 strikes him out, and that will finish this inning for the Marlins offense. And now we go to the bottom of the inning. Bear Claw will be removed for Brad Hand. So the lefty, Brad Hand, facing Adam Jones. 4-3, a grounder to first base. Bour, a 4 rated first baseman, 4-2. That is a single. Out of his reach. So Jones aboard. Brings up Chris Davis. 1-8 strikes him out. 1 is a good column for Davis, and instead he gets the wrong purple dice roll. Wieters, 2 for 3 with a single and a homer. 3-6 is going to be a single unless it's a 1 or 2. Then it would be a double. It's a 14 single. To third goes Jones. And the Orioles are in business here. They will get Britton warming up here. Close it out if they can get ahead. They'll keep Brock in if they don't get the lead. Here's Pierce, first and third. They're going to play infield in here. 3-5, 1-16, home run. 17-20, double. Is it going to go? This would be a 3-run homer. It's gone. Pierce takes him deep. The crowd at Camden Yards goes wild. As the future MVP of one of the World Series puts Baltimore in a great spot. Takes Brad Hand out, and Hand is, there's no fatigue, but he is probably tired based on this. But Orioles now ahead 7-4. And Britton will likely come in here to try and close it out. 4-8 for Paredes. That's a single. Still just one out. Jonathan Scope. 1-7. That's a fly ball to left. Caught. No advancement for Paredes as it's caught by Yelich. And Hardy with 2 outs. 5-6. Another hit. This is going to be a 1-18 double. Paredes will have to stop at third. The Orioles have almost hit around here off Brad Hand. They will give Machado, they'll give Hand one more. They're going to get Carter Capps warming up just because things are getting a little dicey. 4-4 for Machado. Ground ball to shortstop. That's Hechavarria. He's a 1. That's an out. That will be it. But 3 runs in, and I don't think any of the big ones came off a Hand's card, so just the way it goes sometimes. And now it's going to be Zach Britton looking to give the Orioles another victory. This would be their 4th. It would be their 3rd defense. They'd have 2 more defenses they need. So Brock out, and it'll be Real Muto facing Britton. What kind of stuff do the Marlins have on the bench? They do have McGee. They have Dietrich. All right, so let's go with Real Muto first. 6-6. Well, there is going to be a base hit to start. 1-19 single. Oh boy, and it's a 19, right on the money. Brings up Hechavarria. .59, that's a strikeout. So Suzuki. Well, they're going to go with Derek Dietrich. They need base runners. Dietrich will be the pinch hitter. Runner at first, 1 away. 3-6. That's a grounder to first B, so that will be a 3-6. Put out at second, fielder's choice. And now it will be D. Gordon, last hope for the Marlins. 112. That's a foul out plus an injury. to the catcher. We're not going to worry about the injury because they won't be playing for a little while longer. The Baltimore Orioles find a way. 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th, and they take this one by a score of 7-4. Hi, Tribe fan. How you doing? Grabbing my chair here so I could sit down for a minute. I've been standing the whole time. 40-minute game. I really made a mess of that. 4 runs for the Marlins, 7 for the Orioles. They pick up their 3rd defense of the King of the Hill. So if they can win 2 more games, and they get by Ubaldo, which is a big one, but they still got to get through Miguel Gonzalez before they can get back to Gossman. So let's see here. Let's do the hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits for Miami. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits for the Orioles. Looks like 1 error on the Orioles. Marlins were without. They've got a lot of 1s and 2s in their defense. Left on base, we got 1 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left on base for Miami. Baltimore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for each team. The winner will be Brad Brock. Forgot to write down Britton here. Save. And the loss is going to be Brad Hand. Hard luck. His ERA isn't that great, but I don't think the single came off of his card. Either single or the home run. I think they were all Orioles rolls. So probably should have gone with Carter Caps right off the get-go, but I kind of think, I don't know. Just kind of the way it goes sometimes. So, real quick, just going to show you here. I bought this little mat here. So let me see what I could do. You can see that there's a mat that I've put out here now. It's might make you a little sick with all of the movement and stuff, but this is a real nice material. I don't need my clipboard. In theory, this is pretty nice just to roll on. I thought about just rolling on this to begin with because they kind of just go and stay. They don't do a lot of flipping around. They just kind of go. I know Earl, when he rolls, he kind of does this. Actually, he uses the cards, so let's just say he kind of does this job here. So, but in theory, this is a pretty nice surface just to roll on. It doesn't do, although, well, I don't know where a little bit of a mark there. Does it come from this? Maybe. So, it's a nice surface. Got it at a well-known office supply place. Not too terribly expensive, and I think I would be lying if I didn't say that I saw that my partner Earl, Tabletop Earl, has kind of a black background and thought it makes it look pretty nice when you've got, well, Especially makes it look like nice when you don't have that sort of stained wood, like, and it's not stained like stain. It's stained like people dump stuff on it, because another family member owned this table before and kind of got it messed up. So, yeah, so that's, hoping this works out well in the long run. So I can't update this at the moment, but the Orioles win. They'll play the Tigers next. Again, they've defended 1, 2, 3 times now, so they're going to have to defend against the Tigers and defend against the Red Sox. If they do that, then this will be one of my shorter projects ever. And it will go against it'll go against my inclinations, which was to think this would be a project that would take some time. But having said all of that, even if it doesn't, I'm quite confident that if I were to do another one, it would take a while. So I just think Baltimore is probably a pretty good team in this season, and their pitching could be better, I think, but so far it's sufficed. And the basic game may help out a team like Baltimore. I don't know. Kind of get that feeling, but I don't know why. I guess it's because I played with Baltimore in the 2016 season, and they haven't looked quite as impressive. Yeah, so I guess I can say, if anybody has any questions about what I've been up to, what about Tenacious Baseball League and all that stuff. Tenacious Baseball League has been going on. I've actually been quite active with that, playing that on my own time. I kind of like the feeling of doing that. I don't know about you all. Not everybody has a channel to make videos for, and with no statement as to whether that's a good or a bad thing. I'll keep that just a factual statement. Not everybody has one. And so a lot of you who do these kinds of projects just do your project in your own time, and it might allow you to be relaxed with certain aspects and not get really uptight about certain things. And that's kind of the way I've been doing this TBL. I've just decided that it's time to chill with it, not try. I'm sure I'll bring some of the games out here eventually onto the channel, but there's always a bit of setup to games, and I like the fact that there's a lot more setup to TBL than there is to this, and so I can kind of get this together and get it into a form where I can put it onto the channel in a relatively quick fashion, as opposed to the other games. I feel like it's some work, and then it's also the work of getting the videos together. Excuse me. So I don't intend to make anybody feel like I'm complaining or anything, because I really don't want to complain about it. But it's just one of those things where I think for me at the moment, I'm kind of cool with just doing it this way, and eventually I will put some games out here on the channel that will, for the TBL, that will, it'll just be natural for me to do it, as opposed to just trying to kind of like force myself into doing some games. So yeah, so Thomas Lorenz, Tribe fan Jerry Ball, I thank you for commenting. Not too many comments today, which is understandable. It's a Sunday afternoon. I also know that some other channels out there have some stuff going on, like ID Jester, and so I don't blame you. So right here we've got Miguel Gonzalez will be the next pitcher for Baltimore. in this series, and we'll see how he does against Detroit. Maybe Detroit will have something for this team. Because so far, let's see, the Braves, who was the second one? The Braves, the Mariners, the Phillies, and the Marlins haven't. And I guess you might expect all of those teams to be sort of, I'd say, less than this Orioles team. Let's go to 2015 Orioles. Because I think the Orioles in that season made as a wild card. They finished third in the AL East, so probably not. Probably not, no. They were 81 and 81. So Detroit was 74 and 87. Not exactly a glowing endorsement from them either. The Phillies, the Braves, the Marlins, the Mariners. I mean, all sub 500 teams. So if the Orioles are going to do it, they've got a good base to do it from. And they'll have the Red Sox are 78, 84. So, well, we'll see. Baseball is one of those things where anything can definitely happen, and so the TBL is kind of going on off the channel. Stay tuned. There'll be some more of that at some point. The golf will be back eventually, and I think Tabletop Earl has some golf stuff that he wants to do as well. So that may be part of the reason I'm being a little bit slow to do that. Plus, I've kind of gotten myself into this, and judging by the way this is going, it may not take that long. So I might be able to crank this out in another week, and that will be somewhere between embarrassing and, I guess, maybe valid. I don't know. That's okay. And, we've got some football and some soccer that I'd like to do at some point as well. But, yeah, so. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Hope everybody has had a good weekend. Look for the next game with the Tigers and the Orioles in the coming days. And then it would be the Red Sox and either the Orioles or the Tigers. So see you then. Have a good one and keep rolling.